Well, this seems like it's not good. Outrage after White House accidentally texts journalists war plans. Quote unquote, huge screw up. What happened? All right, let's get into the story. This is the first I've seen of this. First, I've been made aware of this. Let's check it out. Security leak triggers bipartisan anger after Atlantic reveals officials inadvertently broadcast highly sensitive military plans. Okay, White House inadvertently texted top secret Yemen war plans to journalists. How does this even happen? Why is a official in the administration texting out information, and how does it get to rent? Okay, let's just get into the story. A catastrophic security leak is triggering bipartisan outrage after the Atlantic revealed that senior Trump administration officials, sounds about right, accidentally broadcast highly sensitive military plans through a Signal group chat with a journalist reading along. I'm not sure what a Signal group chat is. It must be, let's just continue on. On the Senate floor on Monday, the minority leader, Chuck Schumer, called it one of the most stunning breaches of military intelligence I've read about in a very, very long time, urging Republicans to seek a full investigation into how this happened, the damage it created, and how we can avoid it in the future. Every single one of the government officials on this text chain have now committed a crime, even if accidentally, the Delaware Senator Chris Coons wrote on Twitter. We can't trust anyone in this dangerous administration to keep Americans safe. The New York representative Pat Ryan called the incident FUBAR. Yep, we know what that means. And threatened to launch his own congressional investigation immediately if House Republicans fail to act. According to the reporting in The Atlantic, the editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, was accidentally invited into a Signal chat group with more than a dozen senior Trump administration officials. This doesn't seem like the information that you just accidentally, like you're making a group chat, like, okay, I'll add him in. Yeah, let's add them in. Let's add them in. Oops, I just added a journalist. Oops. And just like, how? Like you're just randomly texting this information? Why is it going out via text message? Jeffrey Goldberg, so he was invited into the group chat with more than a dozen senior Trump administration officials, including Vice President Vance, the Secretary of State Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and the Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and others. The reporting exposes not only a historic mishandling of national security information, but a potentially illegal communication chain. Yeah, are they supposed to be sending out highly sensitive communications like this on a text? Like, I get there's encryptions and things like that, but this seems like a gross lack and negligence with handling this information. Sensitive military plans about airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen were casually shared in an encrypted group chat with automatic delete functions. It has, quote, made us look weak to our adversaries, the California Congressman Ro Khanna told The Guardian. We need to take cybersecurity far more seriously, and I look forward to leading on that. As a top Democrat in the House Intelligence Committee, Jim Himes has overseen countless classified briefings, but the Signal group chat leak of impending war plans has made him horrified. If true, well, it sounds like it's true, these actions are a brazen violation of laws and regulations that exist to protect national security, including the safety of Americans serving in harm's way. These individuals know the calamitous risks of transmitting classified information across unclassified systems. Seems to be something Trump went after Hillary for pretty hard, right? His obsession with the emails. And listen, I'm no Hillary fan, that's for sure. But yeah, this doesn't seem to bring confidence in the American security apparatus, does it? They also know that if a lower-ranking official under the command did what is described here, they would lose their clearance and be subject to criminal investigation, yet alone the ones in charge are the ones doing it. Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat of the Senate Intelligence Committee, posted on social media, "This administration is playing fast and loose with our nation's most classified info, and it makes all Americans less safe." Well, it does seem quite Trumpian, Muskian to be just texting important war plans, right? I could see Elon jumping in on the group chat. Hakeem Jeffries, the House Democratic Minority Leader, called for a substantive investigation into this unacceptable and irresponsible national security breach, saying the leak was completely outrageous and shocks the conscience. The Republican Senator John Cornyn described the incident more colloquially, telling reporters that it was a huge screw-up and suggesting that the interagency would look into that to determine how such a significant security lapse occurred. The White House confirmed the leak. The National Security Council spokesperson Brian Hughes told The Guardian, "This appears to be an authentic message chain, and we are reviewing how an inadvertent number was added to the chain." Oh, you're reviewing that. It seems like a pretty big screw-up, Brian. But the White House attempted to defend the communications, with Hughes describing the message as an example of deep and thoughtful policy coordination between senior officials. Okay, how did they get out then? The ongoing success of the Houthi operation demonstrates that they were no threats to troops or national security. So, yeah, this is a pretty big screw up. It's going to make, it's certainly making waves right now. Stunning Washington. Outside of the information that it's leaked, though, I'm not sure how if it has any real effect on the U.S. military operation currently. It seems like it's not really that big of a deal. Let's see what these takeaways are. 5 takeaways from leaked U.S. top military group chat. Vance questions Trump's thinking. Oh. The account name, I love this. On the military action, Golden reported that the account name J.D. Vance wrote, "I think we are making a mistake." Of course, J.D. Vance is going to be questioning Trump. I'm sure the majority of people in the Trump administration are questioning Trump because he's like bipolar. Like he's got, I don't know, he's a classic narcissist and everything is to be about him, and he makes decisions not necessarily with logic. The vice president said targeting Houthi forces that are attacking vessels in the Suez Canal serves European interests more than the U.S. because Europe has more trade running through the canal. It kind of fits into what Trump's been talking about, this isolationist and America first and we're just going to go it alone and screw everybody else type of mentality. I'm not sure the president is aware how inconsistent this is with the message on Europe right now. There's a further risk that we see moderate to severe spike in oil prices. I wouldn't be surprised if we head into a recession, like with Trump's current handling of the economy, but at least a light recession. We'll see what happens in the next few months. It's hard to say. Whatever happens, the Trump administration, while in control, I feel like they'll try to cook the books, as they say, to hide any sort of negative economic implications, but it's yet to be seen. Vance had later sent Goldberg a statement underlining that Trump and Vance had subsequent conversations about this matter and are in complete agreement. Yeah, Trump castigated his European NATO allies, urged them to increase defense spending, and which is not without merit. Like it's time for the EU and other NATO members to start contributing higher amounts to their military spending, which I think is not an unreasonable ask. And you can see the logic from the Trump side. It's just sometimes I think the way he goes about it. Blame for freeloading Europe. Okay. I'm not going to get into the rest of this. It's a pretty funny story. Oh, here's the actual text message. Chain of messages believed to be from. American flags and fire emojis, eh? From Michael Watts. Good job, Pete and your team. Blame Biden. To Vance's concerns that the action may be seen as going against Trump's message on Europe, the U.S. Defense Secretary wrote, VP, I understand your concerns. I fully support you raising with POTUS important considerations, most of which are tough to know how they play out. I think messaging is going to be tough no matter what. Nobody knows who the Houthis are, which is why we would need to stay focused on, number one, Biden failed, and two, Iran funded. Trump administration has consistently blamed Joe Biden for being too lenient with Iran. All right. Good stuff. Thoughts down below. Talk amongst yourselves. Cheers.